What's up? My name's Jake. I'm a beat maker, amateur filmmaker, and a skater. I've been skating for like 4 years. I quit for like a year, so I lost everything. The skateboarding isn't a thing that you can keep forever. Once you quit, you lose everything. You have to relearn it. That's what I found anyway. I first decided I want to skate. I was in Australia visiting family, and there's this place called Coolum, right? It's sick. It's really annoying. Anyway, there's a skate park on the beach, pretty much, and there was a skate competition, and we managed to just catch it while it was in full flow. Sick. There's kids skating with no shoes, barefoot, doing tray flips barefoot on the riding the bowl. Sick. And from that moment on, I wanted to skate. And then, so I hooked up with a couple of guys from my old school, and just started skating, man. And we got pretty good at one point. We were skating pretty solid every weekend. We had school in the week, and then every weekend we'd come to MK and just rip it up, man. And then, yeah, then I quit for a year while I was doing A-levels, and then got back into it because I found new mates who did it. Sort of combined both groups, and now I'm skating irregularly. I'm kind of the cameraman sometimes. I'm not as good as I was. I just do it I found with skateboarding, the best thing to do is do it for fun. Do it for the social aspect. That's why I do it. I don't do it it's cool landing tricks and stuff, but I don't really do it to land the tricks. I do it to chill with my mates and just have a good time. I think in skateboarding it's important to have influences. Everyone will have their favourite skater or their favourite style. One of mine's Brent Ashley. I really like his style. A couple of people like Mark Gonzalez, the classic skateboarding. But my style's kind of loose, not really any style. As I said, I skate just to have fun, so it's no big deal for me. But style comes into it. A lot of the time, you've seen a lot of skate vids, people rate skate vids on style. What I like about skateboarding is the way it kind of has an influence on the way everyone is. What I've seen, fashion is such an important part of our culture, and skating has such a big part to play on that. Especially recently, brands like Vans have become massive just because people want to wear their shoes and people want to wear their clothes, and you get all this influence from all over the world, hip hop, skating, all it gets into the mainstream, and it affects everything, man. It's sick. I think fashion and how you hold yourself is probably the most important thing in skateboarding, because it doesn't matter what kind of trick you can do, because someone else can do that fucking trick, but you gotta have a certain sense of you gotta land it clean, you gotta land it cool, it's gotta look cool. That's what skateboarding is about, I think. It always has been. Always been about looking cool. Chicks dig it, man.
My name's Paul North, 19 years old, and I come from Toaster. I've been skateboarding for years. I've been skateboarding since I was about 12 years old. I started with my next door neighbour on a tiny little £10 skateboard. I started skateboarding because it was summer and we were looking for things to do and to be active, and it's always been something I'm interested in. I never bothered in starting, and then one day I looked into the garage, saw a really cruddy little skateboard, and decided to pick it up one day and just give it a go, and then from then on it just progressed. I ended up skateboarding on ramps, ended up skateboarding for about a year, just balancing. and then ended up teaching my friends to skate, and then once I had a group of friends to skate with, that was it. I was just gone since then, and I am here now, skateboarding every day. I've fractured my wrist 3 times in a row, one after the other, and really fucking hurt. The best time I've had skateboarding has got to be in the summer when you're with a group of friends and you're all trying to learn tricks and just having a great time, spending about like 10 hours skateboarding from like morning to evening. Whenever I learn a trick, it's just that sense of accomplishment that like you've been striving for ever since you started skateboarding. It reminds you, it gives you an incentive to carry on skating, and it reminds you like the hard work's kind of paid off kind of thing. I get inspired to skateboard just by watching videos of other skateboarders. I mean, pro skateboarders like Mike Mo and things like that, they're really cool. But then also just skateboarding with friends every day and seeing them land their tricks, it inspires you to go further and do your own.
Right, my name's from Toast, Northamptonshire. I'm 18 years old. I produce dubstep. Well, I'm not skateboarding, obviously, but yeah. I started skating about 5 years ago. My friend came round and he was going to Corby the next day, and this was before I even like started skateboarding. He was like, "Just come along, man." I had the worst deck, like worst skateboard ever. It was just something something I bought from Argos like a while back. But yeah, I went there and went with my mates and just loved it instantly. I think I saw my mates do some like crazy tricks. I was like, I want to get into this. So yeah, I've been skating pretty much non-stop since then. I skate goofy, as in like, because there's regular and goofy, and yeah, like goofy. It's like I'm not actually goofy, but I skate pretty laid back. Like I used to get really pissed off when I was younger because like if I didn't land a trick, then I just used to freak out, and I got the nickname Tiffany, like Tiffany Fits.
Oh!
My head like landed in my hat. I used to freak out quite a lot, slam my board, but then one day I was like, you know what, there's no point in freaking out about it, so now I'm just really chilled out. Like if I fail a trick, I was like, it's just not the day today. Oh no! In terms of injuries, I think the worst time I bailed is in the safest part of the skate park. It was in the foam pit. I went down the ramp and then I think I tried to grab my board, but my board like ended up going above me, and I landed in the foam pit. And then I looked up and then my board was just like, it just smacked me, like the whole this part, the sharp edge, just like got me right in the eye. And yeah, I think I passed out for about 5 minutes. So that was pretty funny. I think that's one of the worst injuries I've ever had. I haven't broken a bone, touch wood, but yeah, hopefully no serious injuries to come. Yesterday I just slammed really hard. I got out of, I got out of the, well, we were travelling to a skate park, and I think it was before I even like warmed up or anything. I just dropped the bowl. I dropped in like a bowl thing, and like there was just some gunk in the bottom. It just got caught under my wheel. I flew about 10 metres. Like, so it probably won't even look that bad now, but a little kind of, I don't know. It just doesn't look like that. Doesn't look like it should hurt. But I just laid there like. And it was so cold as well that I just slapped to the ground. And that's one of the worst things about skateboarding in the winter. Where you just like your hands just kind of like a spank on the ground, and you're just laying there like, I don't know. It's all part of it. It's all part of it. The whole friend group skates. It's like no one else. Like we don't. Like not one person plays football or anything like that, rugby, like we all skateboard, so that's how we all kind of stay as close as we are, because we go out together and have some fun. Oh, it's coming back. Bro, I stopped skating for a year. And I'm not sure, I think that was because of sixth form, because, I don't know, just A-levels and stuff. So we stopped skating for ages, but now, recently, we've all started again. I've learned, like, from 2 weeks of from 2 weeks I've been skateboarding again. Like, I've learned just so many new tricks, man. It's just brilliant. It proper reminds me of when I used to skate loads. So, yeah, I'm going to get back into it loads. I don't know, skating's for me, it's kind of like, you just forget about everything. You just forget, like, you just think about what trick to do. Kind of like, it just takes your mind off everything else, pretty much. You just kind of zone out from everything else, and then when you're back at home, then you just like fucking work or whatever. But yeah, man, it's good. It's nice to get away.